He's the baby doctor who was delivering punchlines in the delivery room.
I was told not to say lift your fat ass up.
Caught on video, allegedly drunk, as a woman gives birth. Heard saying he's come to the hospital straight from the bar.
Push, push, push.
Happy hour?
Push. Well, look what time it is.
And now he's about to get a sobering wake-up call from me.
Can we talk to you about that video where you're talking about drinking before delivering a baby?
The Sims family could not have been happier about the news. A baby boy was on the way.
We were mainly excited because it's the first boy in the family.
So when I found out I was having a grandson, I was just filled with joy.
Alexandria Sims, who works as a preschool teacher, was expecting her second child, Jared.
I was just expecting to deliver a healthy baby. Jared was healthy the whole time I was pregnant.
So when it was time for baby Jared to enter the world, the family gathered in the delivery room at Sunrise Hospital and Medical Center in Las Vegas.
Once the contractions started, I just kind of zoned out from everything.
The Sims family videotaped this delivery as they had for all their babies.
All right, let's go. We're pushing.
All was going as expected for an induced labor. Mom's contractions were getting stronger, and she was pushing harder. It was time to call the doctor. Describe to me what happened when the doctor arrived.
I was a bit shocked because when he walked in, he kicked off his shoes and was in, I don't know, everyday wear, he had on shorts. He wasn't, I don't know what I was expecting, I guess, a doctor to be in scrubs and, put the gloves on. And
Alexandria's regular obstetrician was out of town.
Don't you wish Richter stayed in town this weekend now?
So the hospital's on-call doctor, Frank DeLee, would be the one delivering the baby. The first red flag? He'd be doing it barefoot.
I'm kind of like a germaphobe, so the whole barefoot thing, it really threw me off.
But something much stronger threw off Grandma.
I was behind the curtain when he initially came in the room. Then when he passed by, I was like, ooh, I smell alcohol.
Did you smell any alcohol?
Definitely on his breath, and you can smell it as he was talking.
While the family sized up the doctor sent by the hospital, Alexandria just concentrated on breathing and pushing. Do you even recall him joking about drinking?
No, I didn't hear any of that. I was just zoned out at that time.
With cell phone cameras rolling, the doctor and nurses start joking about Dr. DeLee's alleged drinking.
Push, push, push.
Happy hour?
Push. Well, look what time it is.
It's been a happy hour since he left my C-section.
Suddenly, this hospital delivery room sounded more like a raunchy Vegas comedy act.
So where's happy hour?
Whatever, tell me about it.
Listen as Dr. DeLee tells the nurses he was at this bar when he got called in to deliver Jared. A call which may have upset the doctor because next we hear him where it sounds like complaining about wasting his drink.
Is Belvedere the chance to pour out?
No, tequila.
It's obvious from the video the mother is exhausted, so she asked the doctor for a sip of water. His response? Outrageous.
Can I have something to drink, please?
No.
Okay.
If anyone gets anything to drink, it'll be me.
And you haven't even heard the worst of it yet. About the last thing a woman in labor with her legs up in the air wants to hear from a man she just met is this.
I was told not to say lift your fat ass up.
What was your reaction when the doctor said to your daughter, move your fat ass?
Would you want somebody to talk to your family member, treat your daughter, your child like that? No.
The family admits they nervously laughed along and went with it because they say they were so uncomfortable with what was going down. Maybe we should switch this doctor? Maybe he's not the right person to be delivering this baby?
Honestly, everything was happening so fast. With him being the only on-call doctor, what do you do? Tell her close her legs and keep the baby in there? Just hold on.
I was having a baby. I couldn't just get up and walk.
We were just stuck in a rock and a hard place. We had to use the service in which the hospital rendered to us.
Mom wasn't the only one in the room holding her breath, hoping everything would be okay.
You gotta pray and hope for the best.
When Jared, their precious baby boy, finally arrived, something clearly wasn't right. When did you realize something was wrong?
When he initially got him out and held him and Jared's arm went limp.
It just hurts me because Sorry, guys. I've been through hell and back trying to just make sure my son is okay.
Alexandria Sims is suing Dr. Frank DeLee, the delivery room nurses, and Sunrise Hospital and Medical Center in Las Vegas for malpractice and negligence, claiming Dr. DeLee had been drinking right before he delivered her baby, Jared.
He was born with that birth injury out of negligence. You should have not been coming from no bar.
The family says this almost unbelievable cell phone video is all the evidence they need. Just listen to the nurses and doctor joking about Dr. DeLee's alleged drinking.
We're already at happy hour?
Push. Well, look what time it is.
Been at happy hour since we left my C-section. So, is Belvedere the chance to pour out? Is that what you're drinking?
No, tequila.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking in my head, like, oh my God, like he really just left the bar.
Dr. Frank DeLee, the nurses, and the hospital deny any wrongdoing and say in court records they acted according to their best judgment. Alexandria Sims claims her baby's shoulder apparently got stuck while coming out of the birth canal, causing Erb's palsy and shoulder dystocia.
The nerves in Jared's right side were stretched out when he was coming out of the birth canal from the way he was pulled.
And what did that cause?
It caused nerve damage in his right side. He has limited mobility, range of motion.
In court documents, Dr. DeLee, the doctor on call the afternoon of the delivery, says he provided emergency obstetrical care in good faith, and the injuries were caused by a pre-existing condition.
Jared was a healthy baby before he was born, and this is something that happens when the baby's coming out of the canal and how whoever's pulling the baby out handles the baby.
The Sims family attorney, Patricia Marr, says it was the doctor who caused the birth injury, and according to the Journal of Prenatal Medicine, this type of labor-related injury poses a huge risk to mother and baby.
He failed to perform certain maneuvers that were necessary to prevent such harm.
Marr and I went over the video frame by frame.
It was supposed to be a moment of celebration, and they wanted to record it so they could cherish the memories, and it turned out to be something much sadder.
Which leads her to one conclusion.
He was intoxicated during the delivery of the child.
If Dr. DeLee was drinking, he could be in big trouble. The Nevada state legislature has a law on the books that can lead to disciplinary action or denying a doctor's license. It states, inability to practice medicine with reasonable skill and safety because of illness, a mental or physical condition, or the use of alcohol, drugs, narcotics, or any other substance.
So what do you think the nurses should have done?
They should have went to a supervisor or something.
It's obvious on the video that something is wrong with one of Jared's arms. You can see his arm is completely stretched out and stiff, unlike the rest of his body, which is curling from having just been in the womb.
You can see in one arm that is completely limp, like no movement whatsoever.
Though it's hard to hear over Jared's screams, you can make out Grandma saying in the delivery room, "What's wrong with his arm?" This medical condition has been life-altering for Jared, who is now a year and a half old.
Jared's been going to therapy since he was 3 weeks old. He has physical and occupational therapy.
The therapy has helped Jared regain some movement, but he will still need surgery, says his mother. DeLee and the hospital deny all the allegations and actually put the blame back on the mother, accusing her of negligence and carelessness because she failed to mitigate the damages in her own care for the infant and assumed risks involved in childbirth.
I'm not the one to blame. You're the one to blame because you were intoxicated delivering a baby.
Is it possible that he could have just been joking about drinking?
I don't believe that he was joking about drinking at all. You don't joke around like that, especially when you're delivering somebody's baby.
It wasn't a joke. It wasn't a joke. I clearly smell alcohol.
We wanted to hear from Dr. DeLee himself. We reached out to him through his attorney, but we never received a response. So I caught up with him outside his medical office in Las Vegas.
Good morning, Dr. DeLee. Anna Garcia from 912. Can we talk to you about that video where you're talking about drinking before delivering a baby? You talked about doing shots of tequila, and the baby was born with a problem with its arm. Is there?
If you see the whole tape, you will see a different story.
I did see the whole tape, sir, and I didn't see a difference.
You're in my way, please.
We investigated Dr. DeLee further and discovered he's been sued at least twice for allegedly causing the exact same birth injury, shoulder dystocia, in babies he delivered.
You've been sued for delivering a baby that had a problem with its shoulder.
Both lawsuits were settled, one for more than $800,000. And there's more. A search of court records and the Nevada Medical Board reveals Dr. Frank DeLee has been sued at least 9 times for malpractice.
Is there anything more you can tell us, Dr. DeLee?
Sunrise Hospital wouldn't talk to us, but gave us this short statement. The care provided at Sunrise Hospital and Medical Center by our staff was appropriate. We will vigorously defend ourselves against these allegations.
Do you think anyone would have believed you if you didn't have the videotape?
No. Who would believe that a doctor would do that? They would think we were lying on the doctor.
As for Jared, his mother worries how he will manage.
I don't want my child to be bullied in school because of how he looks or how he carries his arm.
And she has a strong message to Dr. DeLee.
In your case, what would justice be?
For the doctor to take responsibility for what he did, for him to not practice anymore because he can't be out here drinking and delivering people's babies. I don't want this to happen to anybody else.
Come on, man.
I'm just Jared's voice.
In the lawsuit, the hospital claims the mother was told of the risks associated with childbirth, saying in part, the risks and consequences were fully explained, and the mother consented to such treatment and thereby assumed the risks.